Hello and welcome back to Queerful Consideration. I'm your host JT, no co-host today. It's a delightfully rainy day here in New England, and we're coming up to the start of the noon sealed Swiss daily event for Dragon's Fate. This is I've got the extra packs laying around. I've been trolling the constructed queues for a while, and I have just a pile of packs for this format. Drafting it is pretty old to me right now, so why not try this thing? The prize structure isn't exactly great, but it's get 3 match wins. You basically get your product back out of it, trade 2 tickets for a QP, and get to keep whatever you opened. Seems fine. It's not like I'm really drafting this format for much value as it stands. The PTQ preliminary is awful, man. You have to enter it using tickets, and even if you win at the current rate, these 8 Dragons boosters and 4 Fate Reforged boosters don't actually pay you back your investment. So it's bad. It's like you're still paying 8 tickets and winning all 5 games just to get your invite to the next. Ugh, it's awful. This, on the other hand, is great. Hey, Ugin, how you doing, buddy? It's nice to be picking you up as a huge bomb for sealed. It's also nice because you're one of the few valuable... Oh wait, you are actually in Fate Reforged, aren't you? Yeah, 8.5 ticks. All right, already doing well. Let's see what else we got here. Narset. Narset's fine. Not exactly thrilled with it. Ghastly Conscription is fine. If you're going to be running 7 drops, it's a 7 drop to run. If you're going to run 7 drops in any format, it's probably going to be this, but, that is a hell of a card for 8 mana. Stratus Dancer is actively good. I'm happy to take it. My other 2 rares here... If I'm going to be playing a black 7-drop finisher, I'm going to want the one that gives me back all the creatures, not the one that lets me play all the creatures eventually. Yeah. That thing's fine. I don't think I'm in the aggro deck. Let's see what we got in our uncommons here. Well, we got a Scale Lord. Gate Smasher. The Gift, the Monument, Destructor Dragon. Looks like we got a lot of white-green going on here. Pyrotechnics is a solid card and one that I'm willing to splash in just about anything. Wow. Real pile. Just a real pile here. Okay, so let's go ahead and sort it by color. In the colorless pile over here, I've got an Ancestral Statue, Gate Smasher, 1 Monument, a Custodian, bunch of crap over here. In the lands, I only have a Scoured Baron and a Windscarred Crag, so I do have some Mardu fixing. I'll have to keep that in mind. This is a fine card, but not one that's incredible. Let's go ahead and take a look at my removal here. So if I just look at my instants and sorceries, Sandblast is removal. Advantage is removal of a sort. Whisk Away is removal of a sort. Literal no black removal. Defeat is pretty bad. Collateral Damage, Twin Bolt. That's my red removal. Collateral Damage and Twin Bolt. My god. Out here, it looks like green is actually our best removal, and that's pushing it. We've got a Return to the Earth and 2 Pinion Feasts, so I can take care of flyers, and that's about it. Anything that's not a flying bomb is going to basically eat my lunch. Pyrotechnics, Team or Battle Rage. Man, rough. Okay, so let's look at creatures. Let's see what we got here. Creatures and planeswalkers, why not? Yeah. Alright, so we have a death thing. I don't know how I didn't see that guy before. He's fine. Elk Herd is a fine creature, but look at that. There's just nothing early on the curve here. Culligan Aspirant, Hardened Berserker, Heel Cutter, Outrider. So I've got some good dash creatures here, but not so much the early curve stuff. Hardened Berserker helps me get to my late curve, which is nice. So red actually looks like the most robust of the creature suites. Skirmishers are not great. Butchers are okay. Sage and Familiar. Sage, Familiar, Skullkeeper, Scribe, Surveyor. All the blue creatures are actually quite good and help with an exploit theme. I've got 2 Butchers that exploit over here, but that's it. Here in white, the Uncommon Dragon is bad. Yeah. Sandstorm Charger's fine. Champion Erishan is fine. The Mage, the Artisan, it's terrible. Doomcaster, what the heck enchantments do I have here? Ugh. Side of the Scale Lords. Do I start building around Scale Lords and Berserkers? What do I have in black, white, or red that I really want to splash? White, Sandblast. Splashable. Channel Harm, splashable. End up playing an off-color morph, but then it's double white to unmorph it. That's no good. Red looks really available here, and it looks like the best of what I got going on, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Side of the Scale Lords doesn't necessarily go well with what I've got on the red side here. Let's see what I got. Aspirant, Hardened Berserker, Heel Cutter, Outrider, Warbrute, Stormwing, Shockmaw. On this side I've got Map. Conifer Strider really doesn't do it with Side of the Scale Lords. Turn to the Earth, 2 Pinion Feasts, Stampeding Elk Herd, Destructor Dragon. Let's see here. Let's sort by converted mana cost. My 3 is pretty weak here. I kind of have to get out to 5. What do I have? I got a Monument in white. Monument and Map. Map lets me ramp up. Helps me splash a little bit of white. Enduring Scale Lord is a card worth splashing in white. Could also splash that Sandblast. What else do I have in white that's going to make a difference? The Abzan Room Mark is not necessarily. The Advantage, no. Doomcaster is a fine tapper, and it actually helps me take care of the creatures without flying that are a weak spot for me right now. If I group creatures separately here, alright, we're going to put you out there in the big finishers pile. We're going to put you in the actually creature pile. Side of the Scale Lords. If I'm going to run Side of the Scale Lords, I have the opportunity to run Ancestral Statue, Custodian, yeah. It's not exactly a big butts deck. It seems very much win more. And if I'm looking to win, I think it's going to be through that. So Twin Bolt, Pyrotechnics, Sandblast as my removal, along with a little of this other conditional removal. Seems interesting. It seems like it might be a 22 land deck. Do I want the Shockwing Dragon in there? Or the Stormwing Dragon? I don't think I actually do. I think I gotta cut down on that. I can run 22 here. Alright. So this is one pile of cards that I can run. It's actually 11 creatures. We'll combine groups. If I wanted to get some more creatures into it, my red is pretty much tapped out on creatures. I could collateral damage, but that just hurts me even worse. Conifer Strider. Conifer Strider does do a thing with the Temur Battle Rage. Yeah, I could run 17 plus a monument and a map. Got 12 creatures. Got that guy on the high end. Yeah, that could work. Formless Nurturing. I don't feel like I'm really losing anything by not running those guys. The Gift, eh. The Crew Shock, that, yeah, it's terrible. Okay, so that's one deck. Let's go ahead and set it aside. I don't have any fixing other than a Windscarred Crag, which lets me get my white splash in there. So I guess I do have a little fixing. Yeah. Alright, let's see if I wanted to do some kind of black-blue thing. A Lurker, Sage, Familiar, Dancer, Skullkeeper, Whiskaway Scribe, Surveyor, High Priest, Defeat, Skirmisher. Icebreakers, really? Eesh. Grave Purge? Eesh. Sultai Rune Mark is terrible. Tomb Shell, Butcher, Conscription. Well, it's definitely got more creatures. But it's got this weird little low end here that I think gets outclassed really quickly. Yes, Gadul Lurker can be just a recurring source of damage to ping through. Karsi High Priest is meh. Aven Surveyor is good value. Silumgar Butcher can do good things. Defeat is just so bad. Defeat is just so bad. Sibzig Host. Ugh. I could splash a Pyrotechnics in this, but I'm already heavy at the 5 slot. Could splash, Pinion Feast, that's bad. Ugh. Yeah, I just don't think this black-blue build does enough. I think I just want to try to capitalize on people being a little bit too slow. I'm going to go ahead and drop these guys back in. Do I have any great enters the battlefield effects here? Not really. I don't really have any other great enters the battlefield effects. So the ancestral statue doesn't really do anything for me. Actually, a creature. Could be a creature in a pinch. Droka's Gift can make things big. +2/+2 and trample doesn't quite blow my skirt up here. Yeah, I don't think it's great, but I don't think it's a great pool. I think this is about the best we're going to get out of our pool. So I'm going to go ahead and add some basic lands here. 8/6/2 seems a little bit off. Let's sort by color and group creatures, combine groups. Okay. Got a red source, a green source. Some of my fixing is green fixing here. I don't really need double red until very late. I don't really need double green until very late. In terms of white, is 3 white sources enough for those 3 cards? I could go 7/7/2. 10/7. Yeesh. That gives me 8 red sources. 3 white sources. Yeah. "17 lands, a Map the Wastes, and a monument." I think I need one more land. I think I'm going to make it a green one. And I'm going to run 41. Because that's how I roll. If I was going to get rid of a 41st card in this, which wouldn't be all that hard, it would probably be one of my Pinion Feasts. I think that's a fair one to remove, but I like having the extra outs to the flying creatures. So I'm gonna go ahead and submit a deck like this. I got 2 minutes left. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in round 1.